game-to-nothing, though, here in this best-of-3 series over Complexity. So looking forward to seeing if they can now close it out or Complexity can actually fight back. Again, biggest thing I talked about there as I'm joined by Rick as my co-caster here. You got to wonder what it's like for Complexity right now. And knowing it, not only and it's not like they were behind the whole game. I mean, they were in good spots through a lot of that game, and they got the first racks kill and everything, but they couldn't pull through, and they lost in 86 minutes. I don't know if you've ever played a really long game like that, Rick Roste, let alone been on the losing end of that. But how do you think they're feeling? Like it's got to sting, right?
Well, I can tell you that they're more calm than you really think, because I did go in there and listen to them when we were hanging out in here. But yeah, they're keeping it light. They know it was a rough game and they lost it, and they need to calm down and not let that loss go to their head. But Mint needs to just look at the positives of we just won an 86-minute game.
Yeah.
So they have the full momentum going into this. So definitely looking to be a really good game too.
Yeah, that is another way to look at it for sure. Is that Mints, they're the ones that of course are feeling very good as they should be, but there is still series here. It's not over, despite being up now 1-0. But we got this draft now well underway. Let's get into it here. Tundra, Deadlift, Ophelia, and Parallax are the bands. So we do see Complexity respecting the Slaske Parallax here. Magnus into Andromeda, Parasite into Wild Soul, and then there's Sandwraith from Mint. So a couple of change-ups here. What do you think of the draft so far?
Pretty good. Pretty good. I like the Legions. Those three heroes together just look really pretty in terms of being able to pick off heroes and things of that matter. So, and then Complexity, just Wild Soul, Andro. I mean, can't really say much other than just those two heroes are just good heroes. Mm-hmm. So, and that is also a very good hero. So, Complexity saw the Sandwraith, and they're gonna avoid the. Well, not avoid, but they're going to try to shy away from the portal key initiators and take the Hellbringer.
Yeah. You go Hellbringer, third pick right there. So now the bands to follow. But, yeah, something that, of course, Fuzzy Sloth, you'd almost expect him to be playing it here if you're Complexity on their side. What do you think with the Wild Soul, though? Would you expect it to be in what you got's hands, or could this possibly be formless?
No, if Formless were to play it, it'd be in the jungle, so I don't think I think Probusk is one of the very few that shortland the Wild Soul on the scene right now, right?
I believe so, yeah.
Yeah, I think he's is the only one, so if Formless were to take it, it would be in the jungle, and it would be a throw-off to Mint because they're so used to seeing Complexity do the same thing, because if Formless were to go jungle, then it'd be Fuzzy Sloth on carry, it'd be Oscar back middle, what you got. So it would change the whole dynamic of the team. So it could happen, but there's all the carry bands.
Yeah, making that a pretty high priority here is Mage Bane, Dark Lady, Nogi. You got Lodestone, Self Force, and Midas bands from Complexity over there. More of the off-lane hero choices. And Midas being the final band there, almost left open all the way. But not the case. Mint will now have to go with something else as their fourth pick here. Still need a support, as well as that possible long lane option. They also have the potential with the Parasite already, the Magnus even, for some kind of man-up lane here, if they feel necessary. Wild Soul also kind of one of the heroes. If he is going to be in the jungle, you feel like even more reason why they could go aggressive, because he's not necessarily the most threatening in that jungle earlier on, at least. So wonder if Mint's going to look to do that or
look
not.
To punish it.
Ooh.
Again, they take the Blitz. I know Bunny Lover is an advocate of that hero, really likes it. So, I guess they want it again. I feel like there's just better support options in terms of. I mean, late game it definitely has its effectiveness. Like that ulti is like pretty game changing if you hit it in the right spot. So, if they want to support with like a game changing ulti like that, then I mean that's one of the main ones next to Rhapsody. So. For the offensive, it's good. Well, that carry is still there, and that carries. Madman's become a threat.
Yeah, I know they like to have Formless play it too.
Yeah,
over your Complexity.
They like to give him the Runed Axe, and Runed Axe Madman is, with the way Gash works, is so scary. And because a Legion team already has 3 melees, and Blitz not being the highest range, that's a good hero against Madman. Now that I say that.
Interesting. Yeah, they already have the Sand Ray, so they go Corrupted. I think that's 100% now a man up lane. From here,
Well,
it almost feels like
that I'm wondering if they are gonna suicide the Corrupted.
they could go that route. We have
And
seen that once or twice before.
it's something that Sloske I know does and has done a lot.
Huh.
And well, at least I know from TMM perspective, he's been doing it a lot. He was practicing it a lot. So I wouldn't agree that these are what they're going to be sitting on finally, because I see it more as Sloske taking the Corrupted, Probus taking the Sandwraith, and Magnus being on different guy.
Yeah, I think they're really obviously trying to confuse complexity here, which with this lineup, it's good that they're doing that because, yeah, there is definitely no certainty here in what they're doing now that we look at it. Now, Moraxis is going to be the final pick for complexity.
There's Magnus.
And, yeah,
there it is.
Okay, so Sloske is going to be uncorrupted. You're right there. But so do they just long lane solo it, or do they actually give him support with Blitz and?
No, they long lane solo it.
Really? Okay.
He can box out a support easily because he just puts his W on the support, and what's the support gonna do?
True.
So, yeah, he's just gonna go up there alone and cause some havoc, and it's such a good hero against Madman. So.
That's where Andra is pretty weak as a support too. He only has the 400 range there on the attack range, so.
Yeah.
Better for Corrupted Disciple. If Andromeda wants to kind of pressure him, then obviously he has to get even that much closer. So, Conduit, effective. Yeah, looking forward to that.
Sandwraith gets pulled regen, and when that happens, I believe he is soloing bottom. Okay. So they are going to go man up with the Blitz Corrupted.
So it's the idea that they could easily send a solo Corrupted Disciple, but again, this kind of goes back to what I was bringing up about the Wild Soul, though. Like, Wild Soul's not a threatening jungler to go up against, at least until level 5 when he gets a swipe, but before that especially, you're not worried about that at all. He's not like a Parasite or an Ophelia or something like that, of course. So, manning up here and, perhaps even pressuring the Wild Soul in that jungle could be an idea, but yeah, it seems like they are going to be putting pressure at the top lane, and I assume that means Parasite will also end up there. Maybe.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Once again, Complexity, they already have set up for this. They pulled Madman regen, and they're giving Oscar a hatchet bottom, and they're gonna go aggressive bottom lane. So I think Complexity has the upper hand here. I think they got what they wanted again. I'd have to assume like this. Because Madman will do fine 1v2. He'll still get last hits. He'll do much better than Sandwraith will in a 1v2. So if that's what they're aiming for, get the early PK and Meraxis and force early fights with force early fights with the Meraxis Hellbringer, could be pretty devastating.
Yeah, obviously last game, when it lasts 86 minutes, it's so much longer from what happened in the laning phase, but if you do remember back, yeah, Complexity, they did have a pretty good time there, and, they had some early advantages for sure in that game because of it, so, yeah, setting themselves up for that spot, even though the last game it didn't ultimately get them the victory in the long run, it still helped them in a lot of ways, as they are going to be ready, so a matter of fresh now. On giving the signal, and then we're going to be good to go. So I know, here we are, nearly 2.5 hours into the broadcast here. So Evil Corporation versus Bad Monkey Gaming, supposed to start at 3 o'clock Eastern, and in just over a half hour from now, 2100 Central European Time. Obviously, that's very likely not going to be the case unless this happens to be a very quick victory permit, which there's really no way that's going to happen. So. It will be postponed until this one's finished. Obviously, if Complexity happens to win this one, it was a longer game. We'll kind of gauge what things are looking like after this game number 2, and perhaps have them start because it is late and everything. You don't want them to go too late here, but we'll kind of look at where things are at after game number 2. Possibly have them wait even until we're finished with game number 3 if it comes to that. But just to be clear on that other series there, the plan is right now to still cast it the full series, and they'll be waiting for us. So here we are though on this one though, Complexity versus Mint. as we are now resumed. You see Mint right there. They were actually checking Kongor. They were hoping Complexity wasn't doing Kongor. Maybe they were hoping because they were going to jump them. But
I guess it's possible for that Hellborn team to do it.
man, when you're down 1-0 though, with what is on the line, I don't think they would have done it. Like, yes, they would have taken
high
balls,
risk,
man.
high reward. Come on, Breaky.
Large cojones there to do that. So they choose not to.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just saying it was a possibility they could have Congored, but
It's
like
good that
I
they
understand.
checked.
Yeah, I understand why Legion went and checked.
Yeah.
Is he gonna pull bot? Yeah, what you got's gonna pull bottom and give instant lane control. So Rip Sandwraith getting any farm.
That's one of the many strengths of a Wild Soul, of course. He can even do this when he's not in the bottom lane. It's just his team down there. Oh, Sandwraith pulls in over the creep wave, but Robusk, yeah, he might be in some trouble, actually. There's a stomp. If he gets blocked here a little bit, look at that wall being set up. A nice job at the cursed ground, though. Not the cursed ground, the Desert's Curse. And he gets away right there. No Voodoo Jester in this game, though, but they do force him to use a very early health potion here in the laning phase, so I guess a minor victory there for Complexity as far as the lane control goes.
Up and gonna deny that XP to Probus. The creeps are just running away.
What do you think of Denver playing in his own jungle, by the way? He did not go aggressive here.
I think they would have too many problems trying to kill this madman, even with Parasite up there, unless he got a Skelly and they had Dust. So I wonder if they just want to, they're thinking just, okay, we'll just give him farm and we'll go from there.
Hellbringer against Magnus here in the middle lane. Different guy versus Fuzzy Sloth.
Or Magnus.
Yep. Tough matchup, it feels like.
That is not a lane you tip.
Yeah, he's, oh, what?
Ugh, stupid headset.
Oh, your headset's going out, yeah. Is it a wireless?
Yeah.
Oh, jeez. Always
It's been
go
pretty-
wire, man.
I know, but it was, I don't know. I blame what you got. It's always what you got's fault. They told me to get it.
I
But I was
can jump
at
on that, yeah.
performance.
I'm good with that. Hellbringer gets stunned right there, but again, it's Magnus just really trying to get some kind of creep farm and harass as much as he can. But yeah, you'd figure Hellbringer should be winning this lane here as far as the matchup goes. I mean, right now, Magnus actually is holding his own fairly well. It's 7-0 Magnus versus an 8-3 Hellbringer right now. See what happens with the regen. No longer is there. Magnus headed towards the top rune, it looks like. As top lane, Corrupted Disciple takes a good chunk of tower damage right there. It looks like they were trying to maybe dive the Madman, but Formless was able to stalk away. And
With
escape.
a barrel roll. He would have had mana for a barrel there. That might have been a kill.
Could have gone back in, yeah. But
Yeah.
so he just survives, and that's good news too, of course. Blitz coming back in is going to apply that pressure, but yeah, Corrupted Disciple, by all means, is definitely one of these heroes that they could tower dive it. A little tougher against a Madman, though, where he has that speed ability to help get away. It's not easy, you know. They do have a stun and blitz, but only the one there. I guess Pilfering could ideally help for that too, but it would be really risky here, and maybe not worth it in the end. So just play it safe, farm up the lane, keep him boxed out as much as possible. Seems like that they're accomplishing that at least.
Oh, mid lane here.
You saw that coming. Did they have
yep.
any vision, or was that no? He just
No,
had
I
the
think
heads
you
up.
just saw him walk up, yeah.
They really want to gank him middle. You even got Parasite coming over, and there we go. Actually, he uses the quicken to jet himself in. Parasite can't really get there in time though. No quicken on Parasite. So and turn kill.
Oh, the speed.
He's good.
Ooh, if the bear could have stomped or done anything, it would have been a kill. But yeah, they get away. Nothing happened.
Oh, top lane, Conduit on a Madman. He does not have a stock for 2 more seconds, but Corrupted Disciple choosing not to chase there. He already used the Electric Tide, so Formless pops a health potion. Gonna continue to be good to go here. But yeah, still no bloodlust kills. We now approach 4 minutes in. Obviously not the lack of action. Attempting kills right there in the middle lane, but coming up short. However, Hellbringer continues his advantage currently over the Magnus. Now 19-8 versus an 11-3 Magnus. So yeah, as we're picking up here, it obviously is expanding a little bit more as far as the different in creep kills here for him. But Braxis has continued to have the best time at the bottom lane. It's back to the top, Madman. Again, stalking
slow from the
away.
pilfering.
Yeah, maybe it is enough, actually. Look at the quick and Unincorrupted Disciple. Large auto attacks there. 201 damage per auto attack. Sasuke gets the kill for the Bloodlust. That Quicken, it's a very good tool in general, but especially on like a Corrupted who's chasing with that Conduit.
Yeah. I mean, the pilfering kept him slow for so long, too. It's just... That is surprisingly a very good long lane combo together.
Mm-hmm.
Just slow on top of just CD being able to sit on top of whoever he's draining, so... Yeah, that's important. That's a really good kill for them.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, go ahead.
Well, they're coming to this top lane, it looks like. Yeah, Andromeda.
Yeah.
Making its way up here. He does pick up that bolstering. I was going to say drop that to regen a little bit, but now here comes the jump. The Comet Stun. Puts the Conduit on Madman, hoping it's going to drain enough damage here, but it's just not enough. The stock in, and Sasuke falls. So, good catch there by Complexity this time. They happen to get in there without Blitz being there, and that's good timing on their part, really. You know, picking up on that. Blitz needed to fall back.
Formless just missed 2 last hits because he had -1 attack damage.
Oh, that's brutal.
You can't do anything about it other than just sit there and miss.
Yeah, that Conduit, when they start going negative, it's just like this feeling of really... I really think that'd be a nice buff to Corrupted, man. Whether he needs it or not, I guess debatable, but if they go negative, it starts healing when they actually hit.
Please, no.
Do it.
Please, you see that hero every game. Please, no.
Talk to Waza.
Please, he would do it. Don't do it. Don't tell him.
Tell him my genius ideas. Alright, well...
Yep.
He doesn't have that, though, and so easy for Complexity to be good there. You see this early golden experience lead. Actually, I mean, despite getting the Bloodlust kill, as you were stating from the beginning, really, the lane's actually working out very well for Complexity. Now, bottom lane, Moraxis, he couldn't Arcane Shield in time. There he uses it, though. He actually got something with the Matrax, and look at this. He TP's out. What timing right there. Oh, that was perfect for Oscar. That had to be at, like, 2 life, if that. Maybe 1.
Yeah, it was enough to live, I guess. And that's all. Oh, mid lane.
Now they kill Hullbringer there. Samwraith porting in. Eruption also used. That was even with Malthus down. Didn't matter right there.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, jeez. Yeah,
Really?
There's other stuff happening between these two teams. We won't get into it, but expect there to be some form of all chatting throughout this.
I am fine. Like, oh jeez, are you lagging too?
No.
Okay, hopefully that was just me, because that would really suck if it was a server, but that was weird. That was like a hiccup there. Okay, anyways, gonna go now. They do push the top tower in. But, you know, on that note real quickly, normally I'm all for, the old chat, having a little bit of fun here and there. I will say, though, when there is as much as there is on the line here with that trip for only the one team, and, it's pretty tense right now. Complexity is down 1-0 as I just got DC'd. What the hell? Are you still there?
Ace got timed out, too.
Yeah, that's weird.
Yeah, okay. You and Ace both.
Let me reconnect real quick. Yeah, there's something was funky with there. For some reason, I had that hiccup, and then I just DC'd after. Hopefully, able to get back in.
I don't think no one else has said anything, so hopefully it's just spec lag.
Yeah, I mean, obviously that's good. I hope it's not the player at the same time. I'm not able to get... Okay, there we go. It is reconnecting now. It's taking a while right there.
Captain's pick.
Okay, there we go. Put the screen back in game. All right, we're back, guys. Hopefully, just a hiccup there, nothing more. But yeah, to finish my point, I mean, I'm not saying they shouldn't be, but try to keep that in mind here. It's again, this is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, like I keep talking about. You want to be a little careful in terms of this quote-unquote, fun banter here. So I'm not saying that was absolutely wrong, but a little more judgmental because what is on the line here. So all right, we're back in though. I think Corrupted actually just got a Energizer.
Yeah.
Purchase.
I think so, at least. He's farming bottom lane. Sandwraith mid lane. Starting the recovery journey.
Yeah, obviously this goes back to this goalie, man. 3,200 goalie for Complexity. Look at that. 4 players are over 300 goal per minute. Wow, that never happens. That's rare, at least. Somehow happening.
Madman's doing very well. considering the situation he was in.
Oh, as we say this, he's in trouble here. The blitz stun and does fall. Initially,
That,
almost made the getaway.
he dodged the magma stun with his barrel roll. That was, I thought he lived. I thought he was gonna live from that,
Yeah.
but then just got caught by everything else and deaded. But valiant effort, comrade.
Yeah, great effort indeed. Yeah, I was wondering how he did get stun initially. Actually, that makes sense though. Able to disjoint right there with the barrel roll. But as you said and saw there, it just didn't matter in the end. So he goes down. Nice kill as we just happen to be talking about that. So yeah, he slows down a little bit, but still the overall complexity pretty decent. Because again, then he got Wild Soul in the jungle, who by the way did all the Alchemist bones. Now they are going up against a Parasite, and it's that idea with decent on Wild Soul. It's kind of like okay, that makes sense, right? To get it here.
Even then, I don't even see a problem with getting on a Wild Soul. It amps your farm so much.
That's a free middle tower push apparently as Malphus comes out, but Magma's stunned at the same second, and he gets away. And he makes a point that he's quick on the fingers there.
Yeah, he's not Mickey though.
No, he ain't no Mickey. But
We'll just say he was completely lucky, and it was just pure luck.
100%, yeah. No one else can make quick plays like that. No, yeah, it's a good getaway on his part as this middle tower now is going to take a lot of pressure, however, from Malphus push. Not enough for a kill, though. Just about half life there before feeling forced to fall back. So we mentioned the Alk Bones pickup. There's a couple other things that I wanted to bring up here. One was the follow-up choice on Corrupted. He actually gets a bolstering armband here.
Yeah, he does this. He goes Energizer into Astrolabe into Staff of the Master. So I think that's what he's doing.
I mean, he is more the semi-carry, to be fair. So I guess from that logic, it does kind of make sense.
And he's just tanky, and he's hard to deal with. So
Yeah.
yeah, I've seen him do it in TMM at least. I don't know if that's exactly what he's doing. If he just wanted the extra strength, but yeah, I've seen him typically go for the Astrolabe.
Build rock gank here in the middle lane from Magnus. But yeah, I mean, the Astrolabe, of course, always a really good item. And the idea of building a tanky Corrupted Disciple, I feel like that's kind of been lost for a long time. You know, the few times we see him here and there, it seems like he just builds more of this aggressive, maybe like a Frostburn, if anything, a Shrunken, things like that. But, way back in history, things like, Helm of the Black Legion, Behemoth Heart even, just getting really tanky in general was kind of the idea to allow the Conduit to start channeling, get that Overload proc, to work effectively. But so I kind of like seeing this, again, especially being that he's not the hard carry of the team necessarily. So
Yeah,
it's
but
good logic there.
that's kind of the problem this game is they're up against, Madman Wild Soul has 2 hard carries, and then a Hellbringer who, we've seen on Fuzzy Sloth's hands become a carry in some way. So if he's not the, backup, threat to Sandwraith, because Sandwraith's not going to be useful for a while. He's got a long way to go until the mock, at least, 9 minutes, I'd say. So if he doesn't die, and, Portal Key just picked up on Meraxis, so if Sandwraith doesn't die, it'll be like an 11-minute mock, or 21-minute mock, which is never bad. But it's just, is CD going to be enough to withstand this early onslaught?
Oh, they try to jump here on a Hellbringer in the middle lane. Good job though, kind of falling back in time. Andromeda, the compensated an illusion, but still the point is they get away. And actually, you see the counter there on a blitz. There's that portal key on Meraxis. So good response there. Part top lane though, Sandwraith. Okay, he's fine. Just taking some pressure there from Madman before he gets away using the Desert's Curse here. So, and actually now Madman's the one that could need to be careful. Magnus stunts in, no eruption though. And Madman will be fine as he walks it off. So never mind there. Back and forth.
Parasite could have got there, might have been something.
Yeah. But he cannot. So he's fine there. Oh, I had the cooldowns off. My bad. Thanks to shout out to Insania there.
That's what I was laughing at.
Yeah.
Typical Insania.
Pointing that out there. All my flaws, which are very few.
That is 100% true.
All right, so that's back and good to go there. Magnus, his portal key situation, it's still a ways off for a different guy. Kind of between him and Sandwraith, again, their core initial items. Got a little bit to go here, good 5-6 minutes or so. We're expecting to see those. As far as complexity is concerned, you have this Wild Soul, who's now level 12 even. He's got the Abyssal Skull, the Alk Bones, the Steam Boots. He's got a really good early start here. Be able to kind of group it up and make some pushing happen. Yeah, 500 gold per minute will do that for him here. By the way, Fuzzy Sloth gets a sacrificial stun. Again, he loves this item. I feel like he's one of the few players, honestly, that actually gets this a lot.
It's so good against the. It's just good on Hellbringer. It makes him so tanky. He's already so hard to kill because of the way his spells work. So having that, extra armor, whatever it is, could just be a huge help.
Yeah. Look at these illusions out all over the place from Madman. I double take those for a second. So, yeah, I'm just going to see some movement here in the Legion jungle. The real one at the top lane, though, is up here with Moraxis. They're going to go for Sandwraith. So, tent, Matrax, everything. Yes. It is a go. Not much reaction time from us. Cover middle lane. Out comes Malphus. Magnus is stunned in. He's in trouble, though. In comes the Electric Tide over from the Disciple. Magnus still escaping. He has a stun and another Steam Death. He might actually survive that. Meanwhile, over here, Hellbringer is being chased down by Parasite and the Disciple. Yes, the final attack gets a kill. Nice dodge on the stomp as well from Moraxis. He did catch Parasite, however. They're fighting in the background. The Disciple figures he's going to TP out. He will successfully, as down goes Parasite, however. So, a lot of kind of back and forth exchanging going on there. No buybacks, right? Yeah, so 2-for-1 exchange for Complexity there.
Yep.
Long run. And are they going to... No, they want to do Conqueror, right? Maybe. Wild Soul, I guess, is good for that. And yeah, they have a Malphus up, so why not?
That's going to be dead Conqueror. Well... Yeah, the ward doesn't even see it from Blitz, so...
Yeah, Madman too. Yeah, they really do have a very good Conqueror team.
Gash, oh yeah, it's dead. And they don't have a PK on not even close to a PK on Magnus, actually. This is one of those games where Complexity can run away with it early if they so choose to force constantly into everything. Because Magnus is going to have a PK. Sandwraith clearly they know is far off. It's really just CD. And if Corrupted dies, what are you going to do after that? You're just going to have a puzzle box running around from Parasite. So
yeah,
I'd really like to see Complexity force this early lead that, they pretty much just haven't. They have so many outer towers to go. 4 outer towers, so.
Yep, got some work to do here still for sure. Corrupt the Disciple, again, really going to have to show his impact. Though it's very safe to say, and I know, I'm sure he really was hoping at least somebody around it would be able to, especially having, say, that portal key around now would have been nice for him to also take advantage of it, kind of maybe start grouping up and getting those pushes going, but despite his personal success, doesn't mean he's able to translate that to working out well so far for mid. But going to keep that going, and eventually get said items, but exactly, the longer they wait for that and they have to grind those out opens up more room for Complexity. You're going to have the Rune Cleaver on Madman. You mentioned earlier how great that is, not only, of course, for the obvious farming, but the gash procs that it provides in those team fights. It's actually a great tool for that purpose. And then you have heroes like Moraxis. He's had the Portal Key for a while, already high impact. Obviously, Hellbringer. Again, another thing that Fuzzy loves to do is the Shrunken Head. This is like a core, I feel like, on so many heroes for him. This Steam Boots, Sacrificial Stone, Shrunken Head.
Unkillable.
Yeah.
Oh, he saw Magnus here.
Well, he definitely sees him now. There's Wild Soul assisting. Going to get the fear off. Yes, he can finally. Malphus even used, but obviously a lot of return here coming out as the ultimate from Blitz is used on the Hellbringer, and he actually falls through it, but Wild Soul in that ulti form himself. Magnus Eruption, it does actually get the channel off. Takes out Andromeda, but look at the lifesteal on Wild Soul, still good to go. He does have the token. Worst case if he falls right here, which he will. He's not able to take anyone with him, actually. So pretty big fight so far for the Legion team, and down goes Moraxis, who came in pretty late, actually. Madman, meanwhile, though, he's here for cleanup. He takes out Corrupted. He's going to take out Blitz. It's a double tap for Formless, and Sandwraith is like, I'm getting the hell on out of here. No more chances for him. He goes away. Magnus, can he make the escape? The stomp's coming out. He has a stun. He needs to time this, though, and somehow make the escape, though, with Malphus being there. Yeah, there's a stun. Can he actually get out? Oh, no, he cannot. What you got cleans him up. And Madman's still looking, by the way, for Parasite down here.
They know he's still down there.
Oh, yeah. They're going to maybe.
They see him. Oh, he's so dead.
There we go. That's going to be a double tap for what you got. And that'll transition nicely into a tower push. So Man, there was hope there for Mint for sure, but Complexity doesn't let it be.
I didn't even bring this up earlier. I completely forgot. This was something I talked about a while ago, but I was kind of just thinking it is CD is very, very good against Wild Soul because Wild Soul can't lifesteal without having damage.
Oh, that's a good perspective, yeah.
That's what actually just happened right there. When Wild Soul was manning up, I can't ping it, but when they were at the outpost, he just wasn't healing because he had negative damage. So it was pretty impactful. That's why that fight was even that close. I mean, obviously it's not, looking now it wasn't, the closest fight, but it was good enough for Fresh to actually almost have a sword on Sandraith, so.
Yeah, from us, obviously he's good at that. He tends to somehow find the way to eventually, get decent timing now. We're aiming for around the 21-minute mark or so, but it will have the sort of the high, but won't have the mock just yet here. Looking to pick that up. And then there's the other side of it, too, of Magnus, the portal key. It continues to actually be delayed by a bit here for a different guy. So another unfortunate circumstance there for Mint. What they're having to deal with.
Madman's taking the I'm gonna die approach, which I think is the right decision, because if he for whatever reason gets drained by Corrupted and dies, when he goes into that ulti form, he gets his damage back.
Well, I would hold on. I mean, it could be Nullstone.
Okay, yeah, but why?
With Sandraith, I think.
Yeah, but even then, I don't.
Yeah. I feel, this is former Nullstone gaming after all. They have that history of liking that item.
I've yelled at him. We've talked about going Nullstone, Runed Axe. He used to yell at me for that. I used to do that all the time. So, it's a possibility, but I would be very unhappy with him, and I will flame him later for it.
All right, so yeah, you're thinking the staff route and the benefits there.
I mean, it's possible to be the Nullstone. I just don't go mid lane.
Yeah, they're going to jump Magnus, helping here again. Malphus being used. Seems like that's up constantly here in these fights. Samurath ports in. Kind of. He was more so, I think, trying to escape right here. He really can't, though. He's kind of stuck in the middle of it between the trees. He eventually will fall. Parasite is still able to take up the creep, but comes out quickly. He just wants a kill. He's not going to get it, though, and I think Mint may be throwing in the towel here soon, honestly. This is just getting way too out of hand for Complexity here. They still don't have these core early items, unless he bought the mock before he died there, which I don't think he did. No, yeah, he just probably has a sort of the high. Yeah, so Complexity really is rolling over Mint here in game number 2.
Oh. It's not going to stop. It's going to be non-stop now, but that's okay. It's all for fun.
Yeah, no, he was asking for it earlier, that's for sure.
That's a fun.
He does go the Nullstone.
All right. You know what? Hold on. I'm going to send him a message now. I'm going to send him a message now on Skype, flaming him, but I'll do it later. But, yeah, it's not bad. It's against Sandraith, but I'm still annoyed.
Well, unlike... we saw that first game Mint there. We mentioned around the 20-minute mark, they were able to start sieging the middle lane, and ultimately didn't get it until about the 70-minute mark. Did win the game in the end. Complexity, though, they get it at around the 20, 21, 22-minute mark, whatever it is, so obviously very early on. And they have a 21,000 goal lead, 18,000 experience lead. Again, yeah, it is just the sort of the high on Sandraith. There's just so many things just not coming together right now for Mint that you really can't figure they're going to be in this game much longer. Parasite, I mean, that's why I got Nullstone, if anything. He just opens, nothing Parasite can do.
Oh.
As he kills him, there's the kill and a Bliss to follow.
This is one of the games where, sure, Mint just won a really long-fought game, and, they won it. But now they're getting crushed.
Oh, yeah.
This is one of those games you might just say, okay, reset, let's get out, let's go new. We shouldn't sit and suffer in this game, and, because, we don't know what they're saying. They could be blaming each other, They could be saying, oh, this went wrong, we should have done this. And
yeah, it opens up the chance for more of that, yeah.
Exactly, and where they could just say, okay, we lost, let's go new, we'll do better next time.
Magnus Eruption over here, possibly. Going to get him at one last go, perhaps. No portal key, right? So it's even then. He's going to go for the stun, and there's Malphus, though, coming out. Magnus is like, well, I'm dead. Couldn't even get anything off. Down goes the Rax, and, yeah, definitely expecting it now. So It is going to be nonstop. Game number 3, I'm sure it'll continue. So the vote to concede comes out. Yeah, it's no one even saying anything yet. So that's where you can kind of tell, maybe something's. If anything, it could just be something as simple as just talking about it. As it continues there. These teams are not afraid to have banter in this series.
No.
So it is happening, and well, we got a game number 3 now to see who is going to move on. And can't say I'm surprised, but man. That was definitely a different game 2 there. We saw game 1.
You said you wanted to get the whole BMG ECX series, so
yeah,
they're just they're accommodating.
There we go. Yeah, we're gonna be jumping into game number 3 here as soon as possible, I'm sure. Yeah. So obviously, again, the Evil Corporation versus BMG series set to at the start of the day. The default time was about 10 minutes from now. Obviously, that's not going to be happening. They are going to wait for this match to be finished. Depending on it being in a realistic time at least. So, but we got a game number 3, Fresh versus Complexity here for the Han Tour Season 4 playoffs to see who moves on to the winner bracket finals and who will have to continue on in the losers bracket down there. A tough road ahead. So, we're going to find out next, guys. Stay tuned. Game number 3 coming up next.